The 385 Gold Rush Byway. Back in the 1870s, this route was used to transport gold down from the Black Hills of South Dakota to the railroad in Sydney. Today, I'm in search of not gold, but of unique and exciting experiences. Of course, I'll probably still keep my eye out for any gold, you know. This byway cuts through the diverse landscape of the Nebraska Panhandle along US Highway 385, between the northern to the southern borders of the state. Now, the gold miners weren't the only ones who made this area famous. Pioneers also made their way through the region during the westward migration. Ever heard of Chimney Rock? Well, of course you have. It's on Nebraska's license plate, it's on the Nebraska quarter. But have you gone out to Bayard to see it in person? It's pretty darn amazing. Because Chimney Rock rises so high above the prairie, the immigrants heading west used it as a natural landmark. They even wrote about it in their journals and letters. Today you can hike trails around the rock to get a good look and walk through the visitor center to learn more about the history of the area. Courthouse and Jail Rocks, just down the way near Bridgeport, also served as natural landmarks for the pioneers. You know, if you really look at the two rocks, you can definitely see why the pioneers named them the way they did. Man, they are huge! As you might guess, the hunting and fishing's pretty great out here. That's why it's no surprise that the world's foremost outfitter, Cabela's, started right here in Sydney. You can find just about anything inside. Hunting gear, canoes, camping gear, even fudge. There's also a wildlife museum right in the store. It's definitely a unique shopping experience. Speaking of unique, there are some other stops you just have to make along the 385 Gold Rush Byway. Like the Sand Hills Drive-In in Alliance. It's one of the state's 2 remaining drive-in theaters. Then it's time for the most unusual sight on the Nebraska horizon. Welcome to Carhenge. That's right, we have our very own hinge, based on the Stony version over in England. Now, this replica is amazingly accurate as far as position and proportion in comparison to Stonehenge. But the obvious difference, aside from its location on the Nebraska prairie, is that Carhenge was constructed out of 38 automobiles. Yep, and you'll even find a 62 Caddy in this creation. Why is it here, you ask? Well, it was built by Jim Reinders and his family in the late 80s as a tribute to his father, who used to farm this land. Since then, it's become a pop culture icon that's been featured in films and commercials. Hang in there, little buddy. Someday, this could be you. So, I suppose you're ready for a little outdoor adventure now? Because you know you're gonna find it out here. South of Chadron is the Pine Ridge Ranger District of Nebraska National Forest. This area is a native ponderosa pine forest with plenty of trails for hiking, biking, and horseback riding. Then not far up the road is Chadron State Park. Talk about an outdoor paradise. There's tons to do here, including guided trail rides, paddle boats on the lagoon, sand volleyball courts, and activities for the kids. Of course, this park's also got some of the best mountain biking in the nation. Miles of renowned single and dual track trails take you along exhilarating terrain with outstanding views. I'm Rick Fulton, making my way along Nebraska's byways. I'll see you down the road.